welcome to Hot Talk. It promises to be another interesting program today. And without wasting much of your time, I have two gentlemen in the studio, Nandi and Shidi. I'm very much sure that you are used to these faces, and they are here to dissect a very important topic, which is simply state creation. We are looking at it because currently we have 36 states in Nigeria, and people are wondering why there are more bills for the creation of states. It's looking like an agitation. The North is right, Northeast, they are demanding. Northwest, they are demanding. North Central, Southeast, Southwest, South, everywhere. People are clamoring for creation of additional states. But whatever clamor anybody might be doing, those of us here from the Southeast, we believe that we are shortchanged because all over the Federation, the Southeast is the only geopolitical zone with 5 states. While the rest, like people like the Northwest, they have 7, the rest have 6. So when we look at some of these things, we really want to discuss about it. And I have these gentlemen to help me to tell our viewers what these things are all about. Let me start with you, my brother, Nandi Elekwashi. What do you have to say about this topic? Is it something that is necessary for you to come into?
Yes, it's very, very necessary. It's key and something paramount or crucial for me to weigh in. Because a lot of things are out there in terms of conversation, narratives, beliefs, sometimes even misinformation, truth, half truth, what have you. But the thing about state creation is that Nigeria, we know, even though it's not a constitutional agenda or it's not a constitutional provision, Nigeria talks about, before now, it used to be the tripodal arrangement, the Wazobia thing. Now we have 6 geopolitical zones or 6 regions, even though we may not call it regions or we may not call them regions or we may not call them geopolitical zones, but you know what we mean. And then if you look at the regions or the geopolitical zones, you see that each has at least 6 states, with the exception maybe the Northwest that has 7. Others have 6, except Southeast, which has 5. But if you look at state creation itself, you see that the reason for creation of states, the first time it ever happened was 27 May 1967.
Okay.
The one said he was trying to strike or create balance. But if you look at the creation, when the one created states, he split other regions, and then what was then Eastern region was split into 3. You had River State, East Central State, and then Southeast State. These are the 3 states. You have River State, East Central State, and the
Southeast State.
Southeast State, but not Southeast as you have it today.
Yes, the Cross River.
Yes, Cross River and
Akwebo.
yes, that axis. Now, looking at the agitation for creation of states, it's something that even preceded, that came before independence. By 1950s, we are having the COR, Calabar Ogoja River State. COR. Then we are even having the NBC, the Nigerian Middle Belt Congress, a political association, sort of demanding for states to be known as the Middle Belt. We even had other agitations here and there, but the truth remains that at some point, the colonial government said, "Let us inquire into the fear of the minorities." So they came up with a Women's Commission of Inquiry, who said, "Look into Nigeria, see what solutions can be there." The findings included many things. One, that even within minorities, there existed some minorities.
Okay.
Even within minorities, there existed some minorities, meaning that there could be hardly not limits into which you are to divide Nigeria to achieve balance. But by 1967, we all know the situation had actually come to a head. The South, the East then was becoming, in fact, the separatist agitation was becoming almost a fever. Then go on, be down with state creation. Before then, it has been regions. What we have had were regions. Before then, we were regions. The only time in Nigeria a democratically elected government created region, not even state, was in 1962, when you had the Midwest. But looking at the structure today, you see that the Southeast now being the Igbo-speaking part of the Federation, we are marginalized. And it reflects in fact in everything, even in appointments. Now look at the cabinet of the current administration. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has only 5 ministers from the southeast. Of the 49, only 5 are from the southeast, whereas about 3 or 4 are coming from Ogun State alone. That is an imbalance. Then let me even educate our listeners. The meaning of this is very deep, but sometimes we don't talk about it. During federal executive council, you have what is known as representation at cabinet level. Representation doesn't start and end at the legislature. No, federal character is a provision of the constitution in section 14. It says federal character in appointments to reflect the true federal character of the Nigeria state. What it means is appointment even in the cabinet. Now, when we talk about federal executive council as constituted, we have only 5 ministers. And let me even shock you. 3 of these 5 ministers are junior ministers. Minister of State for people like Bianca Ono and Onyejocha. They are all junior ministers.
Yeah.
The meaning is that they cannot articulate, they cannot move memo, executive memo, when you have your senior minister seated at the council, unless you have his or her approval. So I think when we say state creation, we want state creation to create one balance, to have more representation, and also what comes to the region or the geopolitical will also be more large.
Okay. Chidi, what's your view on in all this?
Talking about adding more states to the southeast can never be overemphasized. I think it's long overdue. And one is that we have been shortchanged by the military that created states in the past. So by history, the only state created by the civilian was in the First Republic. When they created the Midwest. The Midwest.
It was
region. Region. So no, it is still a federal arm. Okay, it is a component of the federation.
The federating units, but it was known as a region.
Well, no, we call it state here. Other countries have a name they call it, but
then it was called a region.
Yes, it was just
states were divided by the war.
Same thing another way. Then do we need more states? We need. Do we need one? We need more than one. One is that the population of Southeast, by judging by the last population census, is downplayed. A sort of, if we should be counted by state of origin, you will discover that Southeast even have more people, but we are still shortchanged by these states. Now, I've listened to many senators in different fora concerning the ongoing submission of bills
for state creation.
For state creation, and they have seen some reason, and almost everybody from every part of Ali Igbo submitted a proposal for state creation. And then when you ask them, what are the reasons? Why do you need a state in your? Why do you need this particular state?
I think you are going to places I need to ask questions before you enter.
Okay.
You don't just enter into that one now. Okay. I just asked you your view about state creation, and you are diving into something very important that I will soon get to.
Okay.
I want you to look at this thing. The agitation is coming from all angles.
Yes.
Even those that have said we want more. And I want you to tell me sincerely from your own side, Chidi, if people that have 7 states are calling for more, what do you think should be the ideal thing for the Southeast?
No, those that are calling for more is because the National Assembly made it so. They created that platform. If they had a limited proposal to only the Southeast, I don't think there will be any reason for other people to be submitting the proposal. They made it open for everybody. Now that was when they started proposing 50-something states. Some of them are even talking about 60 states for Nigeria. Of course, everything cannot come from one region. That is the reason other people are clamoring for states.
Okay. If that is the case, let me get to you now, Nandi. Some people are saying that the Southeast, there are many criteria for creation of states, and I want you to state that now. They are looking at the landmass of the Southeast. That's why some Igbos are complaining that in that aspect there were some earlier gerrymandering that took place that were systematically done to carve out some places.
Exactly.
Now today, the landmass of the Southeast is not it's not up to 31,000 kilometers square. What we have is about 29,000 point something. Because Enugu is 7,000 and something. Ebonyi Abia is 6,000 point something. Ebonyi is 5,000 point something. Imo is 5,000 point something kilometers square. Anambra, which is the smallest state in the southeast, is 4,000 point something kilometers square. When we add them together, we're talking about 29 point something. While only Niger State is 76,000 kilometers square.
Yes.
When you look at that, I want to look at the criteria for state creation. Do you think the southeast deserve what they are calling for?
Yes, they do. I don't want to be mentioning names where I think states should be carved out. I follow the point. But what we look at first, we don't always emphasize that. Whether a particular place is economically viable.
Okay.
Economic viability.
Okay.
Is a place economically viable to exist, to generate revenue?
On its own?
Well, I mean, independent revenue.
Okay. Of aside the federal government.
Aside what the federal government gives. And that's why many states are still struggling. Because we are talking about landmass. Landmass alone cannot make a state.
Okay.
Then there is this, and you talked about gerrymandering, very beautiful. You know, I have issue with what they call Maman Nasser Boundary Commission of 1970s,
Yes.
which used geographic features.
Like the river.
Like rivers and even mountains, so to speak, to demarcate
the people.
The people. And at the end, what did they achieve? The goal was just to separate many Igbo-speaking areas from what they now call mainland Igbo. And that's why you have people in River State who are Igbo-speaking, but even fail to identify as Igbo. That's why you have them even in just close to Asaba. You see the River Niger.
Separating Onitsha from Asaba.
And you see Imo River too. Separating people from their own people. So in fact, separating people
same family
from themselves. People who hitherto existed as one. I found the point. So that's just the thing. And it's very, very systemic. Just to achieve that same goal of shrinking the land or the geographic entity that is southeast now. And that's after all that we are having issues, internal ones. That in 2006, I don't forget this, a group like Masov and others came and said people should not participate during census.
Okay, I recall the national census.
Yes, national population census. What was the implication? The outcome is that when they go to share revenue at the federal level, because we have what you know as vertical relationship amongst the three tiers of government, and we have what is known as horizontal relationship among the co-equal 36 state governments. At that level, you talk about population, you talk about landmass, you talk about all other things, and the majority of the features or the criteria they use to share this revenue may not even be to our favor.
Okay.
Are you following the point?
Okay.
But if you look at economic viability, if you say a place, even in Imo State, even if you want an state or Aba State, if you see that these are economically viable places.
All right. I will come back to this. And
Yes.
Chidi, get ready because I will be returning to you to talk about some of these states that have been proposed. Just sit tight, viewers. We'll get back to you.